Hello everyone, welcome to my video. This is Teresa Dunford. Today I am going to show you how to fold some cards to step up your card making a little bit. Now a lot of us get stuck in a rut and just do the same thing over and over, and these are really easy folds, so if you want to try something new, just stay tuned. We're going to start with this card right here, and this is called an overlay fun card. And this is what it looks like when you're all done. And it's very easy to do. I've cut out all my pieces and I've done the stamping because this video is mostly about the folding. So let me just lay out my pieces here. And we're going to start by scoring our card. So you have a 4 1/4, whoops, or 5 1/4, sorry, by 5 1/2. So this is the quarter side, this is the half side. And you want to score on, so you're going to go down this way and you want to score on the 5 1/4 side. Hopefully that makes sense. So we'll just take our scoreboard here and we score at 4 1/4. Okay. Then we could fold that over, but I am going to tape down my white piece first. So take your white piece, and this measures 5 1/4 by 4. Just tape that down, or glue it if you prefer. And it's a little bit narrower, so you just want to kind of make it even. Now we're going to fold this down and score it. Now, to make our panel, we're going to take our cardstock and do a 4 by 4 square and a pattern piece that is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and I stamped my thought on it. And on this piece, you want to kind of center it more towards the edge. So, because some of this is going to be covered up by your other panel. Now, take this piece and line it up right along the bottom edge of your card, just like that, and center it as best as you can, or if you want to measure it, that's fine. Then take your tape and put tape across. I like to put 2 strips, and I got a little bit where I didn't want it. So I'm going to take a little gummy eraser and erase that real quick, because I don't want my panel sticking right there. Okay, then, now it's stuck to me. Then you fold the top part down, and you're almost done with your card. Okay, now you just can embellish it. So on this one, I put a ribbon across. On this one, I'm going to put a strip of pattern paper. And I just cut it a 1/4 inch smaller. Well, I thought I did. Gotta trim off this edge. Okay, so that measures about 3/4 by 5 1/4. Then I stamped and cut out my flower and my leaf, and I want to add some dimension to it. So I just take some dimension tape. I'm going to put one piece on my leaf. And I want my flower to stand up a little higher. So I'm going to take one and then put another strip on top of that. And it'll add a little bit more dimension there. Peel off the paper first. Okay. So you can play around, decide where you want to put it, but I like it up in the corners, so I'm just going to stick it up there in the corner. And you still could add ribbon to this. That would still look pretty with the paper there and a ribbon. And on this card, I also added some dots. I also took my Wink of Stella and shake it up good. When you first get it, you have to, push it down on a paper till it starts liquidy coming out. And then all I did was go over the shading on this flower. And so it just adds a little extra touch. And I don't think you can see it on camera very well, but it comes out really pretty. So I'll just hold it up here, but I'm not sure if you can really see that. Anyway, so that card is basically done. And it was really easy. Now for card number 2, we're going to make a triangle trifold card. So you have a piece of cardstock that is 3.5 by 11. Oh, this is 10.5, sorry. And I just took a bunch of scraps that I had left over. I found pieces that were the right size and the right colors and made these cards out of them. So I am just using up my scraps. Now this piece we want to score at 3.5 inches and 7 inches. And then we're going to score our, well, I didn't even show you the card yet, did I? Okay, this is what we're making. And I have 2 styles here. I'll show you that one in a second. But now we're going to make these score lines. And so in my previous video, I showed you I have the center line colored in. It's easier to line up and see what I'm doing here. So for this first score, you want to take from your bottom quarter to your outer edge. So I'm going to line those up right there and just score it. And then this other side, your score line is going to go in the same direction. So you want to take from the top and go to your outer edge on the bottom. Make sure I'm on camera here. Okay, so I just lined those up. There. Now, we're just going to fold everything. So just fold it and score it. Everything folds in to the same direction. That one I'm going to kind of have to hold it to the edge. And let's see, did I do this right? This is tricky. This one's kind of tricky. Yep, okay, so we want to fold in this way. And then fold this one in that way. And I'm a perfectionist, so I want them to line right up along the edge. And then I score it. Okay. This is the front of the card. Now you have some pieces here. And I wanted to show you how to cut these. So I need to grab my trimmer really quick. And the easiest way to do this is to cut a square, 2 squares that measure 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Well, you need 3 squares, so you need 2, one for the middle and your 2 sides, and then one a different color for your other sides, or however you want to put it together. That's totally up to you. So the easiest way, so you need to leave one hole for the center. And then the other 2, you're just going to take your trimmer. You're going to line the corners up. And mine has a wire on it, so I can line it up with the wire and get it perfectly where I want it. So that makes it kind of nice. You do that on one light color and one dark color, or however you want to do it. Just make sure you leave one square intact. Okay. All right. We're ready to assemble all this. So we're going to tape one square down to the middle. Then we're going to put our dark color on the bottom of both sides. As you can see in my picture here, it's on the bottom of both sides. Okay, there's the one. The other side. Now we're going to take our light color and put it on top. When you fold it, then it comes out the way it's supposed to. Okay, so now you have, I think this is upside down actually, that's how I wanted it, so we'll just flip this over and we have it right. Now I don't think I cut out my flowers or anything for this, but on this one all I did was glue a flower to the front, and that one's all done. Now this one I made, I think they call it a belly band. So on the inside I put a little sticker thing on the inside and dressed that up a little bit. And then for the outside, I made this band. So I should have cut a piece and showed you. But what I did was cut a 1-inch strip, about 11 inches long. Then I put it in the middle and wrapped it around and glued it together so it wasn't really tight. And then you just slip it over your card and it holds it together. And then I had some extra leaves and this sticker I just stuck on my belly band, and there's my second card. They're really quick, They're really easy, and they're just an extra touch. I have one more to show you. This one looks really complicated, but it really is simple too. So you have another piece of cardstock. This is 4.5 by 11. And then you have your centerpiece that measures 4.25 by 5 3/4. You have your little white strip that is, you can make this as wide or as skinny as you want. I made mine about 1 1/4 by 4 1/4. I have my 2 blue strips. This is the bottom one. It's 4 by 1 1/2. This is the top one, and it is 1 1/4 by 4. And then I have the 2 back pieces. I will put all the dimensions down in the description. So first of all, and then I have some embellishments here that I'll show you. So first of all, we need to score this card and cut it. So our first score is going, whoops, wrong thing. Our first score is going to be at 6 inches. Okay. And then we're going to cut it at 7 3/4. So I'm just going to put a little mark right there. And then we want to cut it at 9 3/4. So I'm going to put a little mark right there so I know where to cut it, because once you cut the first piece, you're kind of lost on the second piece. So I line that up with my wire. Just cut that, and then line this one up and cut those. Okay, now we just want to fold this top part down and score it. Then we are going to take our 2 top pieces. So the skinnier of the 2, oops, I need the outside part first. My solid piece of cardstock. Take that down. Then your pattern paper. Take that down. Then let's put our bottom panel together. So we just need our solid piece of dark, then our lighter piece. So this is going to be 3 layers here. And then our pattern piece. And then you want to line that up on the bottom of your card. We'll just leave that right there for a second. Now we're going to make this center part. So we'll do this piece in just a second. So you take your solid dark piece and your white. Well, I didn't get out my inks and stuff, but you stamp on here first. So I used this stamp set, and I used this tree right here and stamped it in, I believe it's New England ivy. And then my bird, I wanted to stand out a little bit, so I colored it in with a black marker. And I distressed the edges with a sponge And if you've seen previous videos, I just go around with my sponge and a little bit of ink. I think I have one here that has some ink on it. Oh, maybe not. But anyway, just go around the edges like this. And I don't know if you can see it on here, but it leaves a little distressed edge. So you can do that. And then we're gonna, after you've done all that, which I forgot to do, obviously, you tape these two pieces together. And then we're ready to assemble all this. So just make sure this is on your edge. Put some tape on the top and the bottom of your stamped piece. And line it up where you want it. And just stick it down. Like that. Then I also stamped this piece with my sentiment. I don't know why I didn't do it twice, but anyway, so I stamped this piece and then taped it on. Just like that. Now I had some embellishments already cut out. What I did with these to add dimension was, this is a Jennifer McGuire trick, is I cut out 4 or 5 pieces each and glued them together, and that gave them a little bit of dimension. And then I just taped them on the top and the bottom where I thought they looked good. I have another one over here, sorry. And I used some of these little dots and just kind of put a couple of dots in there. You can put more, you can do however you want. Just dress it up however you want, but that's how I did it. So there's 3 cards for you. Oh, and this one is called split panel card. There's 3 cards for you to try out, kind of change up your crafting a little bit, make it a little more interesting maybe. I just saw this laying on my desk. I also took this little clip and put it over, well, this one. And I thought that was kind of cute, and it holds it shut too. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Please let me know if you would like to see more kinds of card folds. I can certainly do that for you, or what kind of videos you're interested in, and I will talk with you later. Thanks for watching.